Hello बच्चों, let's read this question. Match the items of column 1 with appropriate entries of column 2. Each item of column 1 may have one or more correct options from column 2. Mark the correct answer in the answer sheet. So basically हमें इस क्वेश्चन में कॉलम 1 और कॉलम 2 का एक मैट्रिक्स दिया गया है and which represents the various thermodynamic properties. So इस क्वेश्चन का की कॉन्सेप्ट है key concept of this question is thermodynamic properties. Thermodynamic properties. Properties and हमें जो various properties given है that are the state function and it is a property whose value does not depends on the path taken to reach that specific value. Basically जब initial और final state पर property depend करती है that is termed as the state function and we can write the same for this. It is a property whose value does not depend on the path taken on the path taken to reach that specific value to reach that specific value and example है state function के pressure temperature volume etc. एंड जो और हमें प्रॉपर्टीज डिस्कस की गई है that is the path function. Path function is that which depends on the path followed during the process and we can write a property whose value depend on the path taken to reach that specific value and example है heat work done etc. एंड इसके अलावा जो हमें और प्रॉपर्टीज गिवन है that is the intensive property and extensive property. Intensive property and extensive property. It is extensive property. Whereas intensive property वो properties होती हैं which do not depends on the mass or the amount of matter in a sample. Properties do not depend on the amount of matter in a sample and examples हैं boiling point temperature जो कि मास पर डिपेंड नहीं करते और जो एक्सटेंसिव प्रॉपर्टी है वो डिपेंड करते हैं अमाउंट पर which means मास पर डिपेंड करते हैं. So we can write properties depends on the amount of matter in a sample. Amount of matter in a sample. And example है for the extensive property, that is the entropy, enthalpy, etc. So now let us move to the matrix given to us and column first में जो A given है हमें, that is the enthalpy. It is the enthalpy and enthalpy एक state function है. It is the state function as well as extensive property है एक. ये एक extensive property है. And जो हमें B given है in the column 1, that is the entropy. And entropy भी एक state function है और एक extensive property है. State function है और एक extensive property है. Extensive property है. So by this we can say कि जो A है column 1 का enthalpy that match with the P and R and same with the B entropy P and R के साथ match करता है. C is the heat और जो हमारे पास heat है वो path पे dependent है. So it is a path function and extensive property है. Extensive property है. And by this we can say it match with the P as well as with Q. जो D है हमारे पास that is the pressure and जो हमारे पास pressure है वो एक state function है, does not depends on the path followed और it is a intensive property. Intensive property. So it match with the R and S. So this is the final answer of this question. Hope the solution was understandable. Thank you.